Mm.
Before we wrap up this conversation, how often are you supposed to, is this data stagnant data where it's published and then it's refreshed once every so often? Or in other words, how long is it good for once you download it? Do you know?
I'm not entirely certain of like how often it is refreshed, but it is I don't want to say updated in the terms of like retroactively updated, which I think is what you're talking about, is like is it gone back and refreshed? It is, however, updated frequently. So, some data say search query performance. We're looking at we're looking at weekly chunks. This in a lot of the graphs will actually give it to you in daily chunks. So for context, today is the 20th, and I'm looking at a graph right now, and it's giving me day by day data all the way up to the 18th, which is only 2 days. So it is updated and in very incremental slices, which can be helpful again if you're trying to validate things over time, which means, I mean, you can get lost in this. So my recommendation is like go through, explore, figure out, how you can best pull out the insights that you need for your brand, and then sort of put that into a workflow. And then you can check that maybe weekly and then do a deep dive every so often. Would probably be the way I would recommend getting into and using it.
Yeah. I mean, trends by default, trends are not sporadic, right? It's over time.
Mhm.
So if you pull this data, I'd say once a month, I think you are in good shape.
Mhm.
And then, as you suggested, if you create your workflow based on that, and you can just refresh the data,
Mhm.
and you don't have to do it so often.